Hey y'all, welcome back to another makeup tutorial. We've been gone for a minute, but we are back and we about to hit the hay running with this one, okay? So as you all know, I am starting with the brows. Now I am doing things differently this time simply because I wanted to just try a different technique, just not necessarily my pencil that I would normally use, but what I'm using is a brow gel. So I am just filling that in at the bottom like I normally would on any pencil that I may have, and just filling it in at the top as well. My sister here does have naturally beautiful eyebrows, so we're not doing too much on them, just filling them in as such. So next I'm gonna take my concealer and I'm placing it right up under that brow just to sculpt the brow and make it defined as we have filled it in, okay? You're gonna make sure that you are going from the inner corner of her eye to the outskirts of her temple. So we're just making sure that all of that is blended together, making sure that you're pressing it down onto the eyelid, because next what we're going to do is place the actual concealer on the eyelid, and we want to make sure all of that is just blended strictly together. So as we can secure the base of the eye, it's best that we do this because this is most important. I want to make sure that we have a clean canvas in regards to eyeshadow, a very smooth surface, so that way you're able to just glide on your eyeshadow. What I also like to do after blending this is making sure that I set the eye, just how you would with the face. So make sure that once you blend everything out evenly on both sides, you take your powder and you blend that right on in. Press it right on into the eye. Now, as you can see, I do like to go right up under the brow as we did scope that out. And that just makes sure that everything is just completely defined and you'll have it all melted in together. Let's dust all the excess away. And now we're gonna step onto the face. Now normally I would go straight into eyeshadow before stepping into the face, but I wanted to just switch a couple of things around this time. And what I am doing is definitely putting primer and moisturizer on her face. I just wanna make sure that we have a just smooth glide on canvas for the foundation to spread across. So now we're gonna go straight in with the foundation. Normally I do take a smaller brush and put on the foundation, but I decided I want to do it just with a flat brush this time. As you can see, I am mixing a lighter foundation and a darker foundation just to get her perfect skin tone, because she does have a lighter face than her neck, but clearly it's because the winter has come and it is pale season for everyone. So don't feel alone, sis. I'm right with you, and I know it's a lot of us that are as well. Now that we have everything melted in together, I'm going to take a lighter concealer and put it into her inner corner of her eye. I'm going to go a little bit on the outskirts as well, but not too far. I just want to make sure that she has a bright under eye, because we will be doing a natural but darker brownish on the eyelid. Remember that you are putting that concealer all throughout the T-zone, so that is the inner corner of the eye, the chin, the nose, and a little bit on the forehead. Now, with blending your concealer, you want to make sure that you are going down on that upper lip, but not too far over where you're applying it on the cheekbone. We want to keep the cheekbone clear so that we will have enough room to have our blush. So this time around, I did do a cream contour, and I am using actually a concealer, a darkened concealer, just to sculpt her face out. I do love doing this technique because it just really puts a defiance on the face. Y'all know that contour is my favorite thing to do. That and blush is just like chef's kiss. As you can see, I am using patting motions when blending in the contour. I am not swiping her face because I want it to be a melt into her foundation. I always make my clients smile whenever doing blush, simply because I want to make sure that their blush is literally right on top of that contour and it's all like meshed in together, but not too meshed where you can't notice the difference, but more so it is just a blended type of canvas. Before we completely set the face, I do like to go back underneath the eye just to make sure that everything is smoothed out and there's no creases underneath the eye. But what we're going to do now, we're going right in with that powder after we do so. Make sure that you're staying in the zone of exactly where you place the concealer. So I'm taking the bronzer, the Jaclyn Hill bronzer in Top Down, and y'all, it is just it's so good. I really do love this bronzer, and I think that it is something that you all should pick up in your next purchase. Child, as you can see, this little piece of hair was a little fine piece of hair that was just getting on my nerves. It was just right here this whole time. I'm like, ugh, move it out the way. So with the same bronzer, we're going to take a smaller brush and we're just going to go down the nose and contour it. Now, because I love a sculpted jaw, I am going to make sure that I go ahead and sculpt that right on out. So we're going to put a nice thin line of powder underneath her bronzer contour part of her face, just so she can have that outline and definition of a sculpted look. Now for the eye, we're going to go a little bit easier on the eye. I am taking my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just pretty much doing the outskirts of her eye, her crease area. And I'm just taking a lighter but not too dark of a brown, more so closer to her skin tone and the same color as we did on her contour. I'm taking that and just rubbing that into the crease very light-handedly. We're not going to do too much on the eye. And with going into your crease, you're pretty much just shaping the eye in the way of how you want it to go. So it depends on how the look that you're going for. You can always shape it a different way if you want to shape it outwards, but more so we want to just stay right there in the crease of her eye with this particular shadow. Any other given day, I would just keep it like this or just put a lighter powder on the actual lid. But what I decided to do, I decided to give her a very light, smoky brown eye. So I'm taking a darker brown and I'm just patting it all across the actual lid of the eye and blending that into the lighter part of the crease. Just taking stroke motions and just patting that on. As you can see, I am blending it upwards so that way it can blend strictly into that lighter brown that we placed into the crease. To add a little razzle dazzle, I am taking a gold glitter and I am going to just place that in the duct of her eye. I do like to go upward into the crease just so it can give that defined look. I know I use that word a lot, but that's literally, y'all, what it be given. It just be given defined and just sculpted and just that girl. So as soon as I pop that lash on, you're just gonna look like a completely different look. I always like to make sure I dust the powder away with a actual shade that is her color, just so she won't have that harsh line of the powder being right there. So of course, as you see, I'm taking the Dior in Orgasm and just placing a nice blush on top of her cheekbone. Now let's get into the lips. I am going to overline her lips just a tidbit, not too much because she does have fuller lips already. So I'm taking my favorite lip liner by Morphe in Trendsetter. It is my absolute fave. Y'all should really just go cop it because I've been telling y'all to cop it if y'all ain't already done so already. Okay. And I am going to take a lip tool and I'm just going to blend that brown onto her actual lip. Normally I would go in with a lip stain or some type of matte lipstick first, but what I decided to do was just go straight in with this gloss. This is a NYX gloss. I will have it linked down below. I don't remember exactly which one it was that I was using at this particular time, but once I look back I will actually link that below for you all. But this turned out so pretty on her lips. Like just watch the magic. Like, girl, do you see this? I love a glossy nude lip. It just gives every single time. So next I am taking my lash glue, and I do like to place it right on the lid just so the lash will stay in place at all times. I do put the lash glue on the actual band of the lash as well, so it's just for it to just stay tighter and for you to make sure that your eyelashes, baby, is not gonna fly even in the strongest winds of Windy City. Okay, so we let that get tacky a little bit and we're just gonna pop that lash right on top. My sister likes big lashes, baby. If it ain't big, it's go home. Okay. Like, just look at this face just coming all the way together. We love this. So I am placing a little bit of highlight on her nose. That's pretty much the only place I do place highlight, but I did want to just give her a little bit on the cheeks as well. Not too much, but just enough for the blush to just shine through. And lastly, the last step, what I always like to do is when I'm doing a natural beat, I do like for it to be some type of defined brown underneath the eye, especially if I'm not going in with a actual eyeliner. So I like to just smudge that at the bottom of the eye and just give it a little bit of more of a smokier look. And here is the final look, you all. Doesn't she just look the fuck bomb? Period. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are interested in more videos like this, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, babes. Bye.